أود أن أبلغ المجلس الكريم وشعبنا العظيم.
The Palestinian Prime Minister has submitted his resignation. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas hopes that this cabinet reshuffle can be the first step in a process that ultimately will bring him back to power in Gaza. Now, if you remember, Abbas's Palestinian Authority was ousted, toppled by Hamas militants in 2007. Abbas has not been able to return to Gaza since then. He governs in the West Bank. But the war in Gaza, Israel's crackdown on Hamas, has created an opportunity that Abbas believes can bring him back to power. The United States says it supports a role for the authority in post-war Gaza, but it wants to see reforms and revitalization of the Palestinian Authority. This move, by replacing his prime minister and appointing a new government, Abbas hopes this will bring that international legitimacy and acceptance that he needs to move back into Gaza after the war.
We cannot leave a quarter of Hamas's terrorist battalions intact. No one would do that in the case of fighting ISIS. You wouldn't leave a quarter of ISIS intact in a defined territory. You wouldn't even think about that, and you didn't. America finished the job with its allies. We will finish the job here with our brave soldiers.
Now, the resignation comes as ceasefire efforts move forward between Israel and Hamas. Over the weekend, there was a new set of talks in Paris. There were reports, signals from all sides that these talks went well. In fact, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the weekend says that Israel even wants a ceasefire. At the same time, though, he says he is still planning the invasion of Rafah. This is what is believed to be the last Hamas stronghold in Gaza. Netanyahu announced that the army has presented an operational plan for the invasion and also plans for evacuating the hundreds of thousands of Palestinian civilians who have moved to Rafah to seek shelter from fighting elsewhere in Gaza. There are no details yet on how this evacuation plan will work, but the signal is clear. Netanyahu, on one hand, is ready for some sort of short-term pause in the fighting, but he appears, at least, to remain committed toward to invading Rafah and finishing this mission of what he says is to destroy the Hamas militant group.